How's it going, everybody? I can't see who the Facebook user is that said, "Are you still going to Sedona for Equinox, Todd Medina, or staying in Houston?" Well, as you can see, we are going to be Soulogy in Sedona on the Equinox, September 24th, 7 p.m., Apotheca, 2391 West 89A. And we're also going to do it on the 30th. So we're going to be there 2 days. And we're going to have a soul gathering, Soulogy style, where everybody comes in, everybody is a star, and we just share, and make the connection and do what we always do. It's going to be a very powerful weekend. It's a powerful period right now, powerful equinox period. I know everybody's feeling it, and I know that just based on what's happening, on a personal level, I know everybody's on their own path, and things are getting very, very profound. Those are my wise words of the day. But in all seriousness, many people are moving around, many things are happening. The multidimensionality is taking on new meaning every single day. The idea and infinite expanse of love is taking on new meaning every day. Our power, our wisdom, so many things that just don't make any sense that people are doing, people are experiencing. And I think it's pretty obvious that this equinox is going to be super powerful. And there's people that would be able to explain that much more than I could, I think, at least in a scientific way or a download kind of a way. But I know it's here, and organically, this whole Sedona thing kind of started about a month ago to go around and do some kind of mini Soulogy Fest and stream them and, share with the local community. We know we're going to do Sedona, this month, 2 shows. I'm not sure where we'll go in October or November, but we'll do something somewhere. And we'll stream it so people can see what we're doing, so they can get the idea of what we do at Soulogy Fest, which is really what we do at Soulogy and Soulogy Network. So yeah, we've got this idea that, a daily show that's not at a certain time every day. It just comes whenever it comes. We know that all of our friends are all over the world, and, there's really no time. So it's just whenever we feel, the spontaneity, we feel like it's time to get up and go, and get on and just talk about our journey together of transformation, and play around with the show a little bit, and get people to pop in or call people on the phone, on the video, play some clips from what we're doing in Soulogy Network, and talk about the Soulogy Fest, talk about these gatherings that we're having, talk about the programs that we're putting together. Soulogy has always been, as I've understood it from the first time I ever heard the word, the phrase was given to me in terms of its meaning, the other side of truth. And that doesn't mean like some things are true and some things are not. The only thing that's true is us. And that's really it. And each one of us can kind of speak for us, the fractal of the universe that we are. So it's always been understood that it's a small mirror of the universe in the physical, in the 3D, that is emulating that which we are coming into greater awareness of what we are. And so that's the idea behind Soulogy from day one. And that's the idea of Soulogy One Studios when it was formed. Soul Speaks 5D, different programs that we produced over the years, the music that we do, the stuff that Ty's brought in, and so many other people. And now it's if you've been following our story, it's come through the guidance March 1st to go to our own platform and to energetically carry in physical form, thought, word, and action, the transformation that we're going through, and really walking away, not so much walking away from the old paradigm, but creating the new one. And there's so many people around the world doing it. And so we want to do our part. So for us, for Soulogy, which again I believe it parallels the collective. Each one of us do in our own way. We're all headed to the same place. It's a great convergence. And going to Sedona, this will be personally my 12th trip there, which bears some significance, I believe, the number 12. It's a powerful weekend. Sandra Walter, is having her convergence that weekend. So there'll be a number of people, a great number of people going to that. I know that Suzanne Ross and some of the local Sedona people are having an event, because I know some people that are presenting or performing there. So I think there's going to be a lot of people coming to this multi-dimensional highway that is kind of a spaghetti bowl of so many different universes and realms and dimensions and timelines and energies. And I'm sure it's happening more than just in Sedona. It's happening all over the world. But there are portals, there are vortexes, there are gatherings that we agreed to come to eons and eons ago, and we can all feel what's happening, and it's miraculous, and it's a bit frightening sometimes, and it can get hairy, but we come out of these things on the other side again and again and again, and we're at a higher level of alignment. And we see things more clear, and telepathy expands, and intuition and empathy, which personally I think is the most important thing. The empathy factor that I never saw coming, where we can actually put ourselves in someone else's shoes and seek to understand versus trying to be understood all the time. So just coming on today to just wing it just as usual, and talk a little bit. We had a great show today on authenticity on a Toothman's show. David Maria, a lot of you know him, was on there. I was going to play a clip from it, but I realized I couldn't do it because I don't have it loaded up yet. So I thought what I'd do is just take you on a quick little tour and just kind of show you around, and we'll play a couple of clips so you can kind of see what we're doing, and then we'll come back and talk for a second. So let me just clue this in here. And yeah, here we go. So this is Soulogy Main Street. This is everything that we put up, regardless of who the collaborator is or collaborators. We usually put like 6 of them up here. We're still catching up on being caught up, and doing this on a daily basis in real time. We have about 12 shows I've got to upload over the next 3 days to be totally caught up with, and plus what we do today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Because Friday I'm getting on the road to go to Sedona, and we might get behind a little bit for 3 or 4 days, in transition. But we try to put up 6 of the most recent ones that are, carry some code. Try to keep it various and unique. Each one of them is unique. They all have their different vibrations, but it's been incredible to watch all these shows come out in an organic fashion, in a beautiful unfoldment, and it's no bullshit. And they all carry the same energy, even though they all look different. It's amazing. But here's some of the shows that we have. We just started doing this one, the Trinity Show, with Elsa Dillon and Pamela from Higher Vibrations and myself. It runs about 90 minutes, and we talk about what's going on in real time, comparing our experiences, between each other and with the audience comments, and kind of like putting all the puzzle pieces together. It's kind of cool. A lot of you know Ashley Lee. She has a show called The Miracle Is You. She's an incredible, effervescent soul that I've had the honor of hanging around on a few occasions in Sedona and otherwise. She's just getting started here. She's on her 2nd episode. Shamanic Adventures is Ty Hudnall's incredible vibrational experience, where he takes a word such as coherence and he turns it into a different type of telling, I guess. It's not just verbal. We'll just play a little clip of it here. So he combines visuals, music, and this is all conscious and channeled. and as also he speaks and just tries to deliver a message in a multidimensional way. So this is a little bit of the variety that we have at Soulogy Network. Let me go back down here. Of course, we're still doing the Soul Speaks 5Ds. I slowed down a little bit, but we're going to be back up to 10 or 12 a week. This was a very good one we had. It was on social media, and let me just explain that about 1 out of 4 shows that we do on the Soulogy Network, we do on social media, so that people can keep in touch with what we're doing and get a taste of all the different shows. Every show has 1 show a month, and Soul Speaks 5D has 2 shows a week that we call the Spotlight Shows of the Week, so we can share them with the community that hasn't subscribed to us. This has been a real pleasant surprise. This is Lighthouse with Nicole. She's a Texas homegirl, and she is a real straight shooter, very direct, very sincere, very humble, and doesn't take any prisoners in terms of just the way she approaches it. She uses her own story and how she had to come face to face with everything and take responsibility for everything, and it's an incredible thing. Hers is a variety show, I guess you could say. Sometimes she'll have people on, and sometimes she'll just speak for the hour. This is an interesting show that Susan Bornstein and Julia Weiss are doing, called Transmission, where they have a panel and discuss some really in-depth stuff. It's very cool. Samantha Rodriguez, she's in Mexico, a lot like Nicole. She's just kind of doing whatever comes natural. She's very effective, very down to earth, very thorough in the way she approaches things, and also the essence of embodiment is in that she shares her individual experience to just let you know that everyone's in the same boat. It's a great approach, and I really enjoy your show. Dr. Joe Delaney, I'm going to play this little clip because this is a Dr. Joe Delaney that I've never seen. I doubt very many of us have. But let me just pull it up here in the middle. And so here we go. We're back. Yeah, 42 people in the house. How's it going? Oh, you can't hear the clips. Oh, that's great. That's because the system audio was out. You couldn't hear the music either. Well, here we go. So let me just be straight up, somebody's eating spaghetti squash, and I said spaghetti. Mary Beckman's in the audience, Ernestine Day, they're both producers, Jill Woodworth, Gabrielle Angel. There's a few of them out here. We got about a group of about 30 to 35 people now that want to do a show as well. Paul Handwriter's in that group. We're going to get to that group as quick as we can. The idea of this platform, Edina Ithara, I totally screwed that name up. Edina Agatha. We'll just leave it at that. She's got a great show called Ascension Records that she's had some powerful guests on, and she's powerful as well. The idea is to offer a platform with an infinite possibility, infinite, in terms of expressions, in terms of the number of people that can produce shows. We have tremendous partners in our IT friends, Norin and Moody. They've just been incredibly benevolent. They've trusted our energy. We're not in the box in the typical business world. They've decided to, walk with us hand in hand, arm in arm, and follow this crazy dream. And it's not one person's dream. This is something that we've all created together over the years at Soulogy, a place where there's a round table of spirituality. Nobody is at the head of the table. Nobody is Soulogy. Everybody is Soulogy. And we're trying to move to that physical reality, that physical manifestation, with ease and grace, so that everybody feels that. So we're looking forward to getting these 21, 22 shows really anchored. They already have been anchored. Really get them woven into the new grid over the next couple of weeks, and then start bringing on some of these others that have expressed interest, and we will get to you. We will leave nobody out. Everybody's included. Everybody's in the tent at Soulogy, even if you don't like it. So, this period of time is to do creative things and to collaborate and to move forward with people is not the fluffy love and light road that we kind of thought it might be all these years. It's a place of real clarity. It's a place of profound depth. It's a place of trust. It's a place of literally the golden rule, understanding that we're all linked and connected together. And for the human being, embodying the multidimensionality, going through all the aspects of the transformation to include physical, mental, emotional, etc. It can be a challenge, but I believe that what we're doing here, and when I say that I mean everybody that tunes in, that's ever tuned in, that will tune in whatever capacity their energy's taken form in, it's all the same thing. That we're building something here that will leave a huge imprint, and that's not ego, that's downloads, transmissions, synchronicities, serendipity, and it's prophecy. These words have a whole new meaning in the times that we live in now as we find ourselves walking in this new paradigm. So what we're trying to do is offer this platform for artists, content creators, people that just like to be in the audience, and it's a work in process, and it's something that is very doable now. We're self-funded. It's touch and go every day, but the universe always gives us what we need, and it's happening very quickly. At the same time, we're having these local Sedona's Soulogy gatherings, like we are in Sedona, and at the same time, we're building up to the Soulogy Fest in Houston, Texas, December 8th, 9th, and 10th. And it's going to be one hell of an energetic, transformational experience. That's not hoopla, and that's not bullshit. It's going to be a whole bunch of people coming together where the theme is everybody's a star, and we'll have 2 stages of workshop area and a mini tent, 6,000 square feet of tents, 15,000 square feet of pavilion. And it'll be one heck of a way to close out 2023 and bring in 2024. Everywhere we go, we encourage people to come on the stage and to share with the audience however they would like to. That's what we've done at Soulogy all these years when we started the Soulogy group. It was just a group started by pure intuition or download or whatever you want to call it. And the fact that it went to one person, apparently, in the linear, doesn't mean it went to one person in reality. It went to all of us, everybody that's involved, every single aspect, really, because we're connected to the most infinitesimal, infinite degree, if that's even a possibility. So the Soulogy group, started with this guy just saying, hey, here's my life, and here's my poems, and here's my music, and here's my spirit walks, and here's what's happening in my life. And then other people started doing it and then sharing all kinds of different things, people dancing in the shower, people getting on there and crying and letting their emotions out, people talking about their latest download, all the highs and the lows, all the soul and the human expressions. And it's just extrapolated onto the Soulogy One Studios platforms, onto the Soul Speaks 5D. I've seen many groups and many different types of creations be spawned out of Soulogy, and I've seen many people connected through it, and it's a very warm in feeling, satisfying feeling, and without having to accomplish anything else, it is very satisfying. But there's still work to do, and so that's what we're doing. We're basically, you could say, in a space, all of us, where we're done with the shadow work in terms of having to really grind it out. We have flipped enough or contain enough to where we can manage ourselves with accountability and responsibility moment by moment and step into the holy triad of thought, word, and action, which is equals creation, collaboration, and co-creation. And it's a beautiful thing. And if I sound nervous, it's because I am. And that's what's so cool about this path that we're on. We're receiving information and understanding, wisdom and love and courage and all the virtues of the soul faster than we ever have, all of us. And we're moving into the space of self dialogue in terms of just us in the universe, regardless of what goes on in the peripheral. We do get information from our mirrors in our lives, but we're relying on ourselves. We're choosing ourselves. We're guiding ourselves by our own discernment. And it's weird because we're all walking next to each other and going, what the heck's going on? The nervous part of it I bring up because the human is present. The human is present. The nervous system's present. The body's present. The light bodies are present. The multidimensionality is present. And the human is the reason that we came. The human is the one that can feel the most and experience it the deepest. And all of those other aspects of us have been living vicariously through us. And now, as we merge and bring them all fully in by every thought, word, and action that we take, they can feel them. It's us, but they can feel it with us. But the human part of it, the nervousness, the echoes, the memories, everything is held on the highest ground. It's the Mother Universe, and it's the Father God. I wish I hadn't messed up the audio on that previous part. So I would just talk about this for a second, because I don't want to make it all about this, but I do want to kind of address what we're all going through, Soulogy style, and encourage everybody to do it, whether you want to do it on your own Facebook Live or YouTube, or stand in front of the mirror at home by yourself, or with a friend, or if you want to come on the SoulogyNetwork.com and produce a show and expand yourself, and just take those steps where we don't know they lead with us. I would encourage everybody to do that. That's really, I think, when you get right down to it, that's what Soulogy is. It's transparency. And we're all moving that direction very bravely, whether you're involved at SoulogyNetwork.com or not. But the Soulogy Fest, we've had two, as a lot of people know, and they've both been highly energetic experiences, both in very different ways. This one is going to be at least twice the size. We kept the first two small, and we had short notice. One was 9 weeks last year, and one was 11 weeks notice, the one we had in Sedona. This one we've had more notice. We had about 4 months when we announced it. We're getting the wheels rolling. We've got 2 vendors now. We've got over 10 people coming from out of the country. The schedule, the agenda, the shows will be start to be carved out the first week of October after the early bird special is over. We build the schedule, the presenters, the performers, the workshops. We build these things from the people that come, and everybody is a star. So that's the whole thing about it. So let me just throw up my commercial. To Marina Govier for, and it will be live streamed. You can go on to, thank you for reminding me, Janet Herman. No sound? Oh yeah, there was no sound on that. But you can hear me, I guess. Let me just go over here and show you real quick. Okay, where is it? Here it is. All right, so if you go to SoulogyNetwork.com or SoulogyFest.com, you go to this page, click here, and it just shows you some stuff. We haven't updated this, and I won't apologize for that, but we've got a lot of people to add to it, and it'll be very soon. These are the ticket prices if you want to attend. I'll show you the online. These are the early birds, $369 if you're not a member of the network, that day. $333 if you're a monthly member, and we give you a free 12-month, $144 value, 12-month subscription. Comes with your ticket. If you're already an annual member, your ticket early bird's $199. We did have a glitch in the system, and I didn't know it, but I kept it in there. If you're actually not a member, you can go join for $144, get the $199, and you end up paying $343. Saves you some money. But the online is $111, $144 for non-members, $111. But you get the $144 non-members get 2-month free membership with their ticket. The monthly people at the network pay $111 for an online, and the people that are annual members will pay $99. So thank you for bringing that up, and I will come back. Boom. Let's see what else we got here. We got 62 people in the house. How you doing? Hey, Robin Haywood. Hope to see you on the 24th to the 30th in Sedona. Thank you for reaching out. All right. And yeah, the Sedona events are going to be the same. The Sedona events, Ty's going to set up, the great conductor that he is, and by the way, Joe Delaney's in the house. He's coming to the Soulogy Fest 2023. So is Elsa Dillon and a couple of her children, a couple of her very special children. Pamela from Higher Vibrations bringing her special star child. We are going to have a tent at the Soulogy Fest, Houston. It's going to be for children. It's going to be for the younger people. Ashley Lee is spearheading that. Thank you, Ashley. So there's a lot of excitement around that. But anyway, at the Soulogy in Sedona, just as all the Soulogy gatherings we've ever had, ever, from day one, local or online, or this type of thing when it's a gathering, we invite the audience to come up and to be a part of it. And we stream everything. And we get to know people. Sometimes they give these incredible testimonies of how they found their power in the beginning of their transformation, how they liberated themselves. Sometimes they get up and do light language. Sometimes they bring instruments like a didge or rue, however you say it. Sometimes they sing, rap. We've had all kinds of incredible experiences over the years. People in Sedona know it, the ones that have attended. And I expect that these two in Sedona at Apotheca are going to be very incredible with some, with some real potential through the spontaneity and the fellowship that we all have and experience at gatherings like this, especially now, especially during this powerful period, both on the 24th, which is our equinox gathering, or on the 30th, a few days later, still coming out of that equinox and feeling that equinox energy. Just let me swing back through the network real quick in case somebody missed it. I'm just going to just kind of show you what we're doing real quick, and let me find it. Boom and boom. Oop, there we go. Yeah, so if I go back over here, let me just tell everybody what we're doing once again. This is entitled a public page. We're working on, with the technology, with the AI, and manually speaking in the process, our team, our collaborators, Soulogy, the people that are helping to build this now, and everybody is in their own energetic way, working on putting together literally an endless reel of excerpts from all of our original programming. These excerpts will be meaningful, they'll be theme-oriented, they'll be of different durations. Once we have enough of these put together, and we will continue to refine that reel and update it, but as soon as we have enough together, we're going to start running it here where this video logo is, and it's going to be free to the public. It'll make it easy for the public because shortly thereafter, once we have that in place, we're going to release an app, and the IT department's been working on it. It looked very impressive. We saw it a couple of weeks ago. It's going to be really long-term. It's going to look really fascinating because it's going to have like a TikTok or Reel type of characteristic to it. But without getting too far ahead, we're going to make these excerpts, these endless excerpts, available to the public. You do not have to subscribe. This entire page will be our public page, and it's open to everybody. You won't have to pay for the app. You will have access to this page, and you'll also be able to look around the network. You just won't be able to engage the videos, which is the bulk of what we have so far, until you subscribe. So the IT department started to put some other stuff in here, like reviews and testimonials. We're going to put together a FAQ section, and we're working on that, among many other things. Soulogy Main Street, again, is where we put all of our stuff in chronological order. Everything that we produce out of the Soulogy network, all the different shows, and you can see we have many different shows. We have 21 shows now. Kate the Hardest, Kate Lumley, she just started her show. Got Anna Toothman, got Higher Vibrations, Pamela. We got Adam Miller, who's doing an incredible job. He has a show called From Darkness to Light, an exploration of spiritual artists and addicts. Very, very powerful shows, these shows. And Ernestine has been absolutely incredible. This episode right here is one of the most powerful musical combination, lyrical, just electric, energetic experiences I've ever had. I would highly recommend anyone that wants to chill for about an hour to watch this program. She came out when she came out with her premiere. Soul Talk is Monica Ramirez, another Texas homegirl. She does a great job. She's a very, very good interviewer, very, very relaxed, and she's not afraid to ask the tough questions. We still have Soul Speak 5D. Angie Willow, Under the Willow Tree, is a very unique and original way that she goes about it. It's in a storytelling fashion. We also have Lisa Nicole, who does bedtime stories. You see Ashley Lee and Ty and I. We do the jams every Monday night. We'll do one tonight. Those are on social media until we get more people know about it, because nobody really know about it. We knew about it. I'm still nervous. This is ridiculous. Let me go back here. Okay. Boom. All right. And hey, Donna David, some of these folks, I've known for so long. Donna David, I've known probably since 2013 when I came off the streets, maybe even before. It's all coming together, and like I said, we're just trying to do our part, and not just trying. We're intent on doing it, and there's not a lot of there's not any, I should say there's not any, and I think you could probably relate to this in your own life. There's not anything that really works from the old paradigm. The planning, the hierarchical structures, the typical business patterns, or the capitalistic approach, the job titles. It's just kind of let's all pull together and let the third energy, which I call Soulogy, some people call the Golden Child, some people call it the Holy Spirit. It starts to work with us as a partner, and it's shown itself so many times since March the 1st, and it continues to. So we just want to expand this energy by actualizing it through our own efforts, by tapping into it and being the good partner, the good mirror of the universal that we are, the true mirror that we are, and to experience that further in this form. it's not something that we'll ever get a chance to do again. So if you can join us in any way that you can, catch our shows on social media. Like I said, 1 in 4 shows are broadcast as a spotlight show. So that's one show a month for every one of the producers. They do one show a month on social media. Soul Speaks 5D when we're doing 10 or 12 a week. There's 2 a week. If you can participate with us that way, if you can meet us in Sedona on the 24th or the 30th, and bring your instrument, bring your light language, bring your poetry, bring yourself, bring your soul, and come sit with us for 3 or 4 hours. Well, that's on the 24th and on the 30th in Sedona. We're going to pick a spot in October. We're going to pick a spot in November, at least one each month. And then, of course, December 8th, 9th, and 10th is the Soulogy Fest in Houston, Texas. Houston is probably the least expensive major city. I'm talking like big cities, like top 10 in the country to do something like that. And December is a very inexpensive time of the year. I did a quick scan on Google Maps. I think it was about 3 miles from with the fest location being the epicenter of that. And I saw, I'd say 25 hotels that were between like $60 and $110. So it's a very affordable place to come hang out. The ticket prices are extremely reasonable compared to conferences and events such as this. These early birds and even the regular tickets are going to carry a minimum of a 6-month membership to the Soulogy Network. So you're not just getting, a ticket to go to our event. You're getting a ticket, or not a ticket. You're getting a membership for 12 months. In most cases, 6 months in one case, but there's a way to get 12 months, which I told you earlier. And if you need to know, let me know. But and then, of course, online. Somebody had brought up earlier, you get 2 months. If you're not a member, you get 2 months free. And then if you're a member, you get it for less of a price. So we just invite you to, participate. This is what Soulogy's been all about, just an open platform, an open mind, an openness, a transparency, which, the path to that is vulnerability, such as right now. When your soul tells you, do a daily show, and you try to talk to it and say, what are we going to talk about? And your soul just, you go blank. You're just in the void. And you get on and do it. And you're a little nervous as a human, and you sweat. And you make nervous laughs, and you just, be yourself. And I think this is really what it's all about. Whether it's you coming or me or whoever going to a Soulogy, say, in Sedona, and, in that moment decide I want to go up to the microphone and I want to tell my story. Or I would like to do light language. I've never done it in front of people. I got a visit yesterday from a brother, Tom Gilligan. He plays the didgeridoo, the didge. He's got an incredible story. He's been on to collaborate with us 3 or 4 times. And we played the Corpus Christi gathering. I think I played it about 10 days ago. And he comes on with his homemade didge, and he does some toning. And that was quite impressive. That was extremely impressive because it's very unique. I've never seen anyone do it the way he does it, nor did his didge look like anyone's I've ever seen. But he also did some toning, and it was primordial. I mean, people were feeling it in a way that you could not argue with. Anyway, so he told me yesterday, he drove in, very nice of him, thank you, Tom. Came in, took me to breakfast, and he was telling me how he had never opened up like that in front of people. And for me, it was the same thing I'd experienced multiple times at Soulogy, whether it be in the Soulogy group in the early days, whether it be on Soul Speaks 5D, whether it be me trying to sing, whether it be me collaborating or other people collaborating or people producing other shows. Because what he said was, in the moment that he opened up and shared like he had never had before, he experienced something he never had before. His voice went to another level. His words went to another level. And that's what we do for each other. That's what happens. We open up our heart, you could say. We take the walls down. We move past fear and embarrassment. And we express ourselves in whatever way we want. At this last gathering in Corpus Christi, there was a beautiful sister there who was the first one to grab the mic. And it was beautiful. She has a affliction of her throat. And she talks kind of like Robert Kennedy Jr., but even, more strain. And she told an incredible story. She was funny and beautiful and saw everything from a multidimensional perspective, and has lived a life that we all have, and being a wife and a mom and a worker, and going through all these galactic and other divine episodic adventures, and questioning her sanity. And yeah, it was a beautiful thing to see things like that. It's an equal energy exchange, and I would think that that's another way to kind of look at what we're doing at Soulogy, creating the equal energy exchange. We don't have we're always going to be working on that imperfection and towards perfection, but everything that we're trying to do, we're trying to live what we're all have been privy to, downloaded, channeled, experienced, shared over all these years, and actually take it to as far as we can in our physical experience. And part of that, as an example at Soulogy, is the 369, I call it 5D commerce, that the Arcturians gave us in 2018. And it's based on a third cost. A third goes to the energy, and a third goes to the community. I've said this before, and I'll keep repeating it. When we get to 3,333 members, we will start to take 1/3 of every dollar from the subscriptions. And at that time, it'll be like, let's say that'll be like $4,000 a month, and we will give it to the community on a percentage of the viewership that they get, or the engagement that they get, depending on what type of expression it is. This is something we just want to keep building and building and building, to where Soulogy not only is abundant in terms of the authentic or transparent expressions or energies that it produces through the individual and through collaborations and co-creation, but also to physicalize it as much as possible in the form of abundance in all ways, to include what we know as money or whatever, gifts, or however this commerce goes, or however energy or currency, whatever form it takes. And I'm not talking about digital. And I'm not talking about paper, whatever it looks like. So I guess I'll just, I'm not really, like one of those that answers questions, give me a question, I'll give you an answer. I know there's people that do that, and they're always on the show. So that's not me. I like to bring people together and, really provide or expand this platform so that people can have their own shows, so they can be themselves in a space that's pure. I see my friend Jenna Harmon. We go way back. She's a hell of a lady, beautiful sister. I believe somewhere under the pile of the 35 people that want to produce a show, beyond the ones that we've got in the first wave, I believe she's one of them, and I think she'd be great. So I'm, like I said before, anyone that wants to produce a show, and it may take us a while to get to you, but our goal is to create an infinite machine, an infinite machine that exudes the virtues of the soul and the frequencies that come from aligning with that free will to universal will. And that is including abundance in all forms, abundance in activations, abundance in money, abundance in fellowship and connections and relationships and groups and births and rebirths and creations. So this is kind of where we're coming from, and I think most people that are familiar with us know it. So I guess I'll just kind of wind this down. But I've got to tell you once again, don't forget about what happened. Oh, it's recognizing this video. Now I got to say it all over again. Let me just go back here. Now I realize what happened. So the whole time I was talking, that video is playing the sounds off because it's recognizing as a video. I'm sorry. Anyway, raw. It's raw. Yeah, I mean, Houston, Texas, December 8, 9, and 10. Looks like we're going to have one main stage, one medium stage, a workshop area, or areas even, maybe two, and then we're going to have a children's tent that's going to be headed by Ashley Lee, Kate, the artist, Kate Lumley is going to have a Utopia tent. Higher Vibrations is going to have a tent. They're bringing about 10 of their crew, so it's going to be exciting. It is on 30 acres. There's plenty of space there if you want to rough it and camp. Not camp, but I mean it's in the city, but it's all by itself, and you can't be like making bonfires and stuff. But we be cool about it, and we can stay there. I imagine people are going to be getting there. I already know because they've told me they're going to be coming in as early as the previous weekend on the December 1st or 2nd. A lot of people will be coming in their caravans, RVs, trailers. Based on the last 2 years, I expect there'll probably be about 50 people that come in self-contained trailers or RVs. But certainly, you can kind of rough it. There's a truck station down the road if you want to go take a shower. Maybe somebody will hook you up or whatever the case is. But plenty of room to stay, and if you don't, there's very affordable hotels just within a short 2-3 mile range. I saw where Jana Kozar just made her reservation for the hotel was $99 a night. A lot of people the last couple of years have doubled up in rooms and stuff and made it really, really affordable. But Houston's inexpensive. The tickets are very inexpensive. You're going to get a membership, in most cases, annual membership with your ticket. So that's a great bonus. We'll be in Sedona the 24th, as you can see behind my head. We'll be in Sedona the 24th, 7 p.m. Apotheca, 2391 West 89A. Ty Hudnall and I will set up as we did in Corpus Christi a couple of weeks ago. Invite people onto the stage. We'll also do it on the 30th, same location. And we'll be looking to do one in October and in November. It just depends on how it organically presents itself. What am I forgetting? Okay, so and then just check us out at the network. I'll just kind of give you another shot of it again. We're working on it. We've got a lot of work to do on it. These are all the different shows that we have. There's 21 of them now, and we're looking to add a 30 plus over the next, I'd say 2 to 4 weeks, at least getting them started and into the process of doing it. I want to give a big shout out again to our wonderful partners and friends, Moody and Norin, if you're listening. Just thank you, is what I'd say. I'm going to close it out with just some personal thoughts that I don't know what I'm going to say yet. I'm just going to start talking. Because I realize that every day, more and more, that every moment's sacred. I try to be open about my life, and I've talked about my mother a lot and how we were estranged and for 6 years, and we've come back together, and we're living it. We're living the 5D, as I'm doing with so many of these collaborators and so many of you, even if we don't talk every day. And it's a powerful, powerful thing. So, I'm one that likes to smile a lot, joke a lot, and I've been known to raise a little hell like only the light can. But, we're walking on sacred ground, and I feel like that sharing that feeling is the most powerful thing that we can do. And how do you share that feeling? I do it by following the spontaneity. To me, spontaneity, acting on spontaneity is an action of faith and trust. And it also expands the field. We can expand the field, as our brilliant sister Sandra Walter says. You can turn around and watch the old one burn, or you can walk towards creating the new earth. Something to that effect. Don't quote me, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like that inviting people to participate, everybody has the same skin in the game. The energy or the business or the company or the entity or the collective is not going to do anything for us in this new energy. It's going to do it with us. And that's what we're doing here. We're working with each other. And we're working with the energy. We call it Soulogy. It's not a cult, because there's no doctrine, there's no dogma. It's just another word for the Holy Spirit, or the universal energy, or source, or whatever you want to call it. We only get one chance to be who we are right now. And we know it's not but just a minuscule little bitty part of us, but it must be pretty important, because we've been this conscious, and you could say unconscious, of our multidimensionality, but that's changed now. And we get to come to this fuller and fuller expansion and awareness as the divine human beings that we are. Divine human beings. What you're looking at is not a body, in my opinion, it's a soul. And what I'm looking at in you is the same thing in my eyes. We've all gone through some major changes. And we can do this, all of us, with reverence and honor and respect and love and trust. And we can do it by following that intuition, acting spontaneously, going with what it tells us, navigating it with our telepathy, and most of all, jumping in with both feet and saying, I want to be a part of this too. The whole experience, not just Soulogy. But Soulogy, again, is a mirror, is a small mirror. It's a template, you could say. So, come on in, grab your guitar, put on your dancing shoes, whatever it is that makes your soul shine. And, whether it be the Soulogy Fest, Soulogy Network, Soulogy Gathering in Sedona or other cities, we welcome you, and we look forward to seeing you there. And I look forward to coming out on this daily show and expanding it, and bringing a little more variety into it and some new faces, and just doing whatever comes. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your love, support, contributions, subscriptions, tickets, whatever, energy, love, and see you around. Peace.